Yeah, it's John Grube from AllManTraining.com. You know, when I get comments, some of them are good. And I know that through my 1,000 videos or whatever, I know I've mentioned it, and I don't expect people to go through my videos. But anyhow, let me tell you what I did today. I took my 7-year-old grandson on my normal ruck route. I wore the 40-pound weight vest. He didn't wear any. He's 7 years old. It's his first time out. I wasn't sure, what I was actually going to do, if I was going to do the whole route, up and down all the hills I do. And it was his first time. So he completed it. We were trying to get an hour, but we finished an hour in 6 minutes. For him, that was a win. And actually, our goal was to just complete the course. So he completed that goal. Our next one will be to do it faster, without weight. And if I do put weight on him, it's going to be only a couple pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, whatever, just to add to resistance. But I'm going to get him acclimated. But anyhow, the reason I do this is so the discomfort, he understands what it is, because he's getting to a point now, he's going to be playing sports, he wrestles, and he's going to need to learn to be fucking gritty and mentally tough. He's going to need it, bottom line. So I seem to getting, when I get pushed back, it's usually from younger guys who, I don't know if they have weaker fathers or what. I'm pretty sure their father's not going out and doing the things I'm doing. And I'm probably as old as their fathers, but yet I got 8 grandkids at 53. And I may tell you a little bit about, how I was brought up. Now, when I was brought up, and I know a lot of people say, I was brought up this way. I'm going to tell you, I was always brought up to be a rough and tumble kid. The way it was. There was very few hugs. Matter of fact, as far as I know, there was no hugs, okay? I was lifting weights before it was cool. I was taking martial arts before it was cool, okay? When I was taking them, very few people were taking martial arts. When I was lifting weights, there were very few people lifting weights, okay? When I was 10 years old, I remember when I had my own bedroom, I had 2 posters on my wall. Jacqueline Smith from Charlie's Angels and Bruce Lee. Okay? So even at 10 years old, I was thinking about fucking and fighting. Okay? How did it work out for me? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't change what the fuck I have in life. If I did, I wouldn't have what I have. I wouldn't have the kids I have. I wouldn't have the grandchildren I have. I wouldn't enjoy my fucking family. Okay? So I looked at it this way. I grew up in a blue-collar environment where people functioned basically with strength. Was there booze, cigarette smoking, domestic violence? Absolutely. Okay? It happens everywhere, and it's still happening today, probably at a higher rate now than it was back then, because more people are mentally ill, more people are alcoholics, more people are on drugs and everything like that. But if you think about it, from the day one, my dad was the physically strongest man that I personally knew and never lifted a weight in his life. Okay? I always seen that and said, I want to be that way. I want to be strong. And when I was playing sports, the two things, the running back was the player or the position that I thought combined strength and speed. Okay? And for some reason, I gravitated towards that. When I played high school football, I was a tailback. But my whole life, growing up, was never about going to college. Some people did go. Okay? But the people that didn't go, it's really funny how they grew to make a fucking living for their families, and have a pretty good fucking strong life. And not only that, they raise kids and have grandkids and enjoying all that. Where the educated today, and it's funny because my brother-in-law is actually a rocket scientist, works for NASA. And when you say that somebody works 40 hours a week and you make more money than somebody that works 10 hours, well, I don't know. I don't really know what somebody does. And if you're an engineer, doctor, lawyer, okay, I'll give you that. Maybe a computer guy. I'll give you that. The majority of them aren't making 6 figures a year coming out of college. And if you do, you got a 6-figure fucking debt you're paying off. But I didn't do that. I bought a house at 25 years old, okay, for my family. And I was able to have a vacation home and all these things basically on my fucking salary. My wife didn't need to go to work. My wife went to work after our kids went to school. because there's no reason for her to sit around anymore. And she wanted to feel, like she's doing something. So she went out and got a job. And for some reason, that's a bad thing to raise your kids. My oldest daughter's 36, and she's a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. So, and my son-in-law never went to college, and he does pretty fucking well. And so when I see people getting upset about the comments and calling people insecure because they are confrontational. See, if we had this conversation face to face, this is exactly how I'd be talking. Okay? I would debate you. Okay? But see, I don't like to get on the fucking and text and type and fucking, it's just a waste of my fucking time. Okay? So I'll make a video. Okay? And believe me, if you are a fucking man and tell me you never had any insecurities, you're a fucking liar. Because I know most men dealing with women have a fucking crazy amount of insecurities. That's why they can't get laid today. Okay? And the men that can get laid, just think about this. You're making the money. The women are there for your fucking money. They're not fucking you for you. You're not fucking you because you're the fucking, what they consider today, the alpha. They're just fucking you because they want your fucking money. And soon enough, they'll take your fucking money. Okay? See, when I was growing up, being rough and tumble and fucking doing my thing and not paying attention and getting stronger and lifting weights and kicking people and fucking fighting and doing whatever I probably shouldn't have been doing, I wound up having a kid who's 17 years old. Okay? Yeah, kind of changes a man's life. But I raised her. 2.5 years old, I got custody of her and raised her as a single father for a while. And then, I had a son at 21 from somebody else. I've told these stories before. Okay? I'm not ashamed of them. I raised every one of my fucking kids. Worked hard. Okay? Probably worked more hard than ever. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to figure out, the really rich people, or the people that really do want to get ahead, they seem to work a lot of hours. Like I know my brother-in-law, a rocket scientist, 12 hours a day. That's right. I'm sure Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are only working 8 hours a day. Matter of fact, I don't know really anyone, very few people, that raise a family, that went to college, that do it on a single income. These people, what they want to do is they want to go to college because they think that, somehow that money status is going to, change the way they feel about themselves. It doesn't. Accomplishment does. And, I've heard people say, well, people look at college graduates as people that can commit to things. Let's see. I've had a steady job for 35 years. I've never been laid off or unemployed in my entire life. I've always worked up in a company to where I became the boss, and pretty much I was able to do what I want because I was smart. I could solve problems. I could deal with the situation. All without a college education. Okay? Was rewarded pretty decently for it. I also find that people don't realize that having a job for 35 years and not being laid off and unemployed is a commitment. Being married almost 30 years is a fucking commitment. Raising 4 kids is a commitment. All right? I've been here 16 years in Pennsylvania. I've missed 1 day of work. That's a fucking commitment. In about 35 years, I've probably missed I've missed less than 10. It's probably more around 5. That's a commitment. So when somebody says, a college guy, he shows commitment. He's fucking went to college for 4 fucking years. If that's as fucking much as he's committed, well, guess what, man? Take your eyes and look around. Doesn't look like a whole lot of people are committed. Look at their fucking physical well-being. Look at their mental well-being. Okay? They figured out that they could fucking go to college, spend a lot of fucking money, get debt that they have to pay off or they'll never get out from underneath of it, and start out behind everyone else because you can rise in a company without a college education. And they even offer college education, some of these places for free. So when I hear people say, and I know a lot of college educated people, man, I told you that before, a lot in the family, a lot. And again, I know a few. I know a lot of policemen who got college degrees. I know a lot of school teachers that got degrees. My nephew did something in college, his computer. I think he started out at $95,000 a year, and he's a fucking brainiac, okay? But when people look at the blue collar, and I'm not saying all, because most guys that blue collar pretty much live a shitty lifestyle. Whereas I believe the white-collar worker, who I believe is still is less masculine, a lot of those guys tend to take care of themselves more. I also see a lot of them. I see more people white-collar taking care of themselves than I see blue-collar taking care of themselves. I do see that. However, if I'm fucking in a situation where a fight breaks out, I know who I'm on my back, because they seem to be a lot tougher, a lot grittier, a lot fucking, kill me before I quit. Even though they can't fucking breathe, they couldn't probably fight for a fucking minute. But still, you'd have to fucking kill them probably. Whereas, if you think the white-collar worker, they're the mask wearers hiding behind the fucking couch, running away from fucking danger. Okay? Because that's usually what happens. Matter of fact, there was a shooting up here a couple years ago, and it's a rarity here. And this is an actual story. Somebody went into one of these places and shot a couple people and killed them. Well, the campus, Penn State, was a couple miles away, and there were people posting things on, I think it was some site for Penn State. One of the kids, the college kids, the educated, told the paper that he was so afraid that he slept in his bathtub that night. Something happened 2 or 3 miles away. A man, supposedly a man, college guy, masculine, was sleeping in his bathtub because somebody was shot 3 miles away. Not a fucking made up story. A fucking fact. Okay? This is not something that's unheard of. Okay? Fucking danger happens, they fucking run. It's a rarity that these guys will fucking do anything and stand up and fucking defend anyone. Okay? Matter of fact, if you think about it, anything that's going on college campuses, the so-called R culture, is being perpetrated by educated fucking men who can't get laid, who fucking champion feminist causes, fucking get the girls drunk, and have their fucking way with them. Because people like me don't have to do that. Okay? I don't need to go on fucking social media. Now, I might have back in the day if we had it. But, you know what? We didn't have to do that back then. Maybe it's because we had to be a little stronger. We had to actually talk to women. We actually had to fucking stand up, and we had a big fucking mouth. It's because if we fucking opened our mouth and didn't back it up, we'd be snapped in the fucking mouth. Now, I know a lot of guys say, oh, yeah. I guarantee that most of the guys out there that are my age, and I've seen it because I grew up then, kept their mouth shut. Okay? Because they didn't want their mouth fucking smacked. Okay? Unfortunately, at 5'7" and 150 pounds that I was, I had a big fucking mouth. Okay? But, luckily, I was always able to back it the fuck up. And I make these videos, and occasionally you'll see a couple guys on there that'll, like Big Dan, who grew up with me, a little older. These people know who I am. They know how I grew up, okay? And you always can be better. And I am different because I want to get better, and every day I try to get better. But the most people out there, whether they're white collar or blue collar, don't give a fuck, okay? They don't try to get better. They do one thing, and that's it, okay? It's like the people out there that want better for their kids, okay? They want their kids to play tough sports. They want them to do this and that, but yet they never played a sport. Or they push their kids so hard, but yet they don't push themselves. So they come home after a 40-day work week, a 40-hour work week, and they fucking relax on the couch, play video games, or fucking scroll social media. Yeah, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem to be a life for me. And that seems I know that if I worked inside an office where I sat down all day, it would be a matter of time before I fucking beat somebody with a fucking chair. Just because I'm a rowdy fucking guy. Okay? It's the way it is. I go into some of these places and I've had other guys in these places come up to tell me or ask me something because these other guys are afraid to approach me. Really? You're afraid to approach another fucking man? Come on, man. This is how I fucking see it. This is what I see on a reality. This is not something I make up in my head. This is not me sitting in my fucking house and just researching it. I deal with this stuff. So when it upsets you, so be it. I know this was long, but I like to get it out there, especially after I had a nice little fucking jaunt out there in a nice cold weather. Me and my grandson got it fucking done. But hopefully my grandson will be a little tougher than the fucking men we got today. And if he decides to go to fucking college, he's going to go to college for something that's going to fucking earn him a fucking great living, okay? If he decides. And I can guarantee he's not going to be fooled into the fucking bullshit that they're fucking pushing, even if college is around when he fucking goes. Later.